So, bit of introduction. Yeah, so, I'm just about talking about the context. So, actually, we thought of making a few more initiative that were actually related to uh, Hinduism or were branch of Hinduism or were practiced along with many other things. So, Jyotish was one of them, and actually, there is a difference between astrology and Jyotish. So, there is a subtle difference actually. So, we will be talking about that also. So, for today, we will be going through some of the basic things about Hindu Jyotish or yeah, astrology. So, something about my introduction. So, I have done my BE from IEST Shibpur, that is there in Kolkata. So, I've completed my BE in 2014. I'm born and brought up in Kolkata, and I've been Agniveer member since December 2016. And currently, I was working with IT services company in Bangalore, and recently I've moved to Kolkata. So that is all. So actually, I started working with astrology since last 10 years. So in 2007, actually, I started, and I've continued till now. So basically, then it was mainly out of curiosity that I started, and later on, I went through many charts and actually did a lot of extensive study in that. And now time has come, so I thought of why not share my experience with all of you, so that even you can get to know that what has been my experience from a curious point, not just as a student who has to accept what has been taught to him, but also from a critical point of view, just to analyzing things. So. Some difference between astrology and Jyotish. So astrology mainly comes from two words, that is astrology, astro and logy. That is mainly meant for making a forecast or making a prediction. So that is the only purpose. So basically making a prediction based on the astronomical alignment that is there in sky. So that is the main purpose of astrology. But Jyotish, the Indian context of astrology is something different. That is actually based on our karma. So we had the concept of Jyoti plus Ishwar. So something which actually takes us towards Ishwar or connects us towards the Ishwar, or you can say God. So that is mainly Jyotish. So that is the main philosophy behind Indian Jyotish and how it is different from mainstream or Western astrology. So, and actually, when you go deeper into Jyotish, you will understand that it is not just meant for making a prediction. It actually comes with lot of other philosophy as well. Actually, those things are actually missing in Western astrology. But uh, when you get deeper into Jyotish, you find that there is something more specific, more genuine, and more related to spirituality in Jyotish. So that is what it has a bit of subtle difference between Western astrology, and also the predictive method here that we have is quite extensive. We have lot many methods available in Jyotish. So this I have taken from one of the slides that is there in the Agniveer, or one of the pages, No Beef in Vedas. So from there, I've come across this, that there are some of the prerequisites required to actually understand Vedas. So one of them prerequisite, as you can see, is Jyotish or astronomy. So Vedas also talk a bit about astronomy, and some portion of astronomy is there actually, which talks about some of the nakshatras, the alignments, and some of the rituals that has to be taking place in so and so planetary alignments. So for understanding that, you need to have a basic understanding of Jyotish. So for, and actually that is one of the pillars to actually understand Vedas. Not very extensively, but yeah, in a way you need to know those things in hand. So this is one of the line which I've actually come across in my search of astrology, or when I was exploring more. So when I went through this book, actually I found this line. It was there in the 16th chapter of this book. The astrology is the study of man's response to planetary stimuli. The stars have no conscious benevolence or animosity. They merely send forth positive and negative radiation of themselves. These do not help or harm humanity, but offer a lawful channel for outward operation of cause-effect equilibrium, which each man has to set into motion into power. A child is born on the day and at hour when the celestial rays are in mathematical harmony. So this is the most relevant line which I found there in this book, that the time of birth is not actually something coincident or happened by chance. It is actually the person takes birth even exactly at the right time when he is supposed to take. So as you can see, it is when all the celestial rays are in mathematical harmony with his individual karma, his previous karma, and then only he takes birth. And actually, the horoscope is actually a portrait, or you can say a chart of sky map, which actually captures or depicts how his previous karmas were.
Interesting.
Mm. So mainly we have here 12 rashis and 27 nakshatras. So nakshatras are mainly stars and rashis are constellation or group of stars which make up a uh, rashi. So out of this 27 nakshatra, one is there is Abhijit nakshatra, which is considered to be 20th nakshatra, but not considered as a in our predictive astrology. It is there actually, but for many reasons it is not used. But for our consideration and in the due course, we will only consider this 27 nakshatra for our calculation and further analysis. And apart from that, we have these 12 rashis or 12 zodiacs that we have. So what are these? So each of them, like you can see. So let me show you in another way. So I have this software. This is called Stellarium. So hope you can see all this. So I think all the constellations are visible to you, right?
Your voice is breaking. Can you please explain me the last slide
Okay, last slide. So this one, right?
before this?
Okay,
No, before this.
okay. This,
This one.
okay. So mainly we have where 12 rashis or 12 constellation, and there are 27 nakshatras. So here we have 28 nakshatra as well, which is Abhijit nakshatra, but that is not considered mainly for calculation. Only for some stages it has been used, and otherwise it is mainly neglected. So coming to this 12 rashis that we have, so let us talk a bit more about it and let me show you how it works. So this is actually the sky map of this, you can say the sky map actually how it looks like. So it is actually my Stellarium software that I've installed. You can also get it installed and actually look how the sky map look like and what is the current planetary alignments of in the sky. So here you can see this is the first Rashi that we have, Mesh Rashi. So, okay, so one more thing, it has some more features as well. So if I add ground, so actually it is night here in India. So I've made the base location as Ayodhya. So I was actually working on something, so that's why I've made it Ayodhya. So anyway, it is night now, and you can see the ground, and it is east, and these are the constellations that are rising from the east. Aries sign is just about to rise. And, so Pisces is already there, Aquarius. So these are the signs that are visible to us if we look in the sky at the moment. And there are some signs which are below the ground. So let me put off this ground. So yeah, so these are the signs which are not there, which are actually in the below the ground or are visible in the uh, other hemisphere, or I should say another part of the world. So talking about these 12 rashis that we have, so you know that entire circle takes around 360 degrees, and if you divide it by 12, then it comes out to be 30 degree approximately for each of the constellation. Same is the concept here. Each constellation is provided with 30 degree. So we start with Aries or Mesh Rashi. First come the Aries, and it has two nakshatras, mainly Bharni and Ashwin. Then comes the Taurus. It has Kritika, Rohini, and Mrigashira is part of another, this Gemini. Or Mrigashira actually comes later. Mrigashira is here. Yeah. So first four, then fifth nakshatra. Then this is the Gemini sign. Gemini sign. Punarvasu is the nakshatra here. Then Cancer. So Venus is currently transiting to Leo. It has just moved to Leo, so you can see. So in between, so somewhat leaving Cancer and moving to Leo. This, and Sun is just about to leave Leo and enter Virgo sign. So this is the fifth sign, Leo. Then comes Virgo, sixth sign. Then this Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Dhanu Rashi, or Makar, Capricorn, and this Kumbh, what we call Aquarius, or this Meen Rashi. And then last sign is Meen Rashi. And then again it comes back to Aries. So this is the entire circle, and it is has been divided like this. So let me get back to. So these are the 12 signs that we have, and every sign is associated with a lord or a planet which actually rules that sign. So Aries is actually associated with Mars, and Taurus with Venus. So in this way, so we have a mnemonic to actually memorize it or to actually understand it better. So let's say, so for suppose Moon is closest to Earth, as you know, and if we start from the solar system, starting from Sun to rest of the planet, so Sun comes in the middle, then Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So a mnemonic to memorize this, which is the lord of which house or which planet actually rules which sign. So this is a simple way. So Moon is associated with Cancer. Just remember like this. Then comes another sign Leo, which is Sun. Then comes another sign Virgo, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is exactly the next sign or the next planet after Sun. So in this way, Libra is ruled by Venus, Scorpio is ruled by Mars, uh, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And again from Capricorn, as you can see, Capricorn is here, it ends here, Makar. And after that starts Kumbh or Aquarius. So again the same series. From Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, again the same. Saturn is the ruler here, Jupiter for the Pisces, then Aries, then Venus, and sorry, and then Venus, yeah, and then Mercury. So this is a simple way to actually memorize that which sign is ruled by which planet. Actually, I've also made the color combination in a similar way so that it becomes easier for the person to actually understand. Okay. So here also I've made a small, actually I've made this list of all the nakshatras and in which Rashi they are, and also the lord of the nakshatra. So as you can see, we have a sign, but also we have some nakshatras there. Like for example, Ashwini, Bharni, Kritika. So actually these stars are also ruled by some of the planets. Like for example, Ashwini is ruled by Ketu, Then Bharni is by Venus. Kritika is by Sun. Rohini by Moon, and so on. Moon, and then after that comes this Mrigashira. Mrigashira is ruled by Mars, and then I think Adra, yeah, Adra. Adra is ruled by Rahu. Uh, then comes Punarvasu. Punarvasu is ruled by Jupiter. So this is the list that I have created, and you can go through it. I will be sharing this document as well, so no issues with that. So only thing that you need to remember here that the cycles continues. So from Ketu to uh, Mercury, see the series is same. Ketu, then Venus, then Sun, then Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, and then again it starts with Ketu, Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars. So this cycle continues, and we have 27 nakshatras. So 9 planets are actually divided into. So 27 is divided by in those 9 actually planets, and so every planet gets 3 nakshatras. So this is mainly that I thought of introducing today. So that so that is just for an introduction. So any questions or anything that you need to that you have any at the moment?
Right now, like you will explain these things, na, further. What is
Yeah, yeah,
nakshatra and
yeah, yeah. So
because
nakshatra.
right now these are just some things for me.
Yeah, so nakshatras, see that I've already said that. So let's suppose that this is a entire house or entire, actually you can say a house or a mansion or a place, and these are stars are like a part of this house, part of this
Okay.
constellation. So like Ashwini is a nakshatra. So what happens is that moon takes around 27 days or around, yeah, 27 days to complete an entire circle. So those 27 days has been divided into 27 nakshatras. So let's say you must have seen in a panchang that today is so and so nakshatra, today is so and so. So if you check today's panchang, I think today's nakshatra would be Rohini. So you can see moon is near to Rohini, right?
Okay.
Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me increase the date, take it to 13th. So now see it is near to Mrikshira. So tomorrow's nakshatra will be Mrikshira nakshatra,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
next will be Adra. So Adra, I think the span of Adra is less, so that will be so few nakshatra has larger period, and few nakshatra ends very fast. So
Okay.
and then comes Punarvasu. So day after, I think you will, if you check the Panchang, it will be Punarvasu. One more thing,
Okay.
let me show you. You remember there has been a solar eclipse last month.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, I remember.
So let's see what was there on 21st. I think it was 21st, right? So 21st, if you see, Moon and Sun were quite close, and they were on the elliptical line or
Yeah.
yeah, ecliptical line.
Mm.
So let me move it fast. Yeah, you can see. So exact solar eclipse is occurring.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So this is a software actually. Uh, when you're new to astrology, this actually works very well. You can go through even the slightest of, or to know the minutest of concept. This software works fine.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, let me-
Okay. Mm.
yeah, so it happened around this time.
Yeah.
So let me, so any more thing that you need to ask, or any more doubts that you have?
Not yet. I'll get more doubts as we proceed
Yeah, yeah,
ahead.
Sure.
So what will be there in next session?
So let me see. So
Outlines.
so I've made some plan actually. These would be the structure. So concept of constellation and star that I have covered today, and the basic difference between astrology and Jyotish. Next thing I will be talking
Hmm.
about more on Rahu and Ketu, what it is actually, and so
Hmm.
what do you know about this Rahu and Ketu? Any idea?
I have no idea
Yeah.
about any of this,
Okay. So yeah, I will be talking about it.
and
Hmm.
I never knew that it is based on karma,
Yeah.
Jyotish.
No, it is actually completely.
That was very new.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So I will be. So these are the. I think it has been shared. I think it was there on my page. So anyway, if you go through it, you can understand. So these were the. This will be the main thing that I will
Okay.
talk about in the next class. Mainly Rahu and
Okay.
Ketu, and what is the retrograde motion, how it works, what is the actually
Hmm.
concept, and how it actually impacts in a horoscope, and how to cast a
Okay.
horoscope. So main thing
Okay.
that I have shown you here today, that let me show you again. So yeah, ground. Yeah. So as you can see, this is the ground, and this constellation is rising. So based on this rising constellation, we actually cast the horoscope. So these are the things that I will talk about in detail. For example, you can see this
Okay.
Taurus sign is rising from the east, from the eastern horizon. So that
Huh.
becomes your Lagna. So you must have heard about terms like Lagna and Rashi in Jyotish.
Rashi I've heard.
Yeah, Rashi. So Lagna is also one thing. So and the sign which is
Okay.
rising from the horizon at the time of your birth, that becomes your Lagna. So in
Okay.
case if somebody was born at around uh, 21st of August 2017 and at around 11:37 at night, so then Taurus would be his rising sign or Lagna.
Okay.
And suppose if I increase the time, now see this Taurus ascendant has ended and now Gemini is rising. Gemini would be rising sign.
Huh.
So his rising ascendant would change to Gemini. So it is roughly, it changes
Okay.
every 2 hours. So as I said, it is divided into 12 rashis. So 24 hours, 12, then it would be 2 hours for each rashi. So approximately that. Few rashis are smaller in length, few are larger. So that varies a bit. But more or less, you can take it as an approximation of 2 hours for each ascendant or each sign.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the
Okay.
main, and how to cast a horoscope, that I will explain that how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the main things. So
Okay.
currently I'm only covering this basic things, and later on we will start and we will take the case study, that how to analyze a horoscope and how to actually make a prediction.
Okay. So you expect me to do some homework or something
Not currently.
so that I'll
So
be able to understand better next time.
one home task would be for all of you, or currently you only. I would recommend you to install this
Yeah.
Stellarium software and actually go through and actually understand.
Okay.
So there are. So let me show you one thing.
Hmm.
In Skyview option, Star. So there you can see there are many options: Arabic, Chinese, Egyptian, Korean, so and so on. So just choose this Indian Vedic. So
Okay.
Indian Vedic will actually show you in context of, so the names will be actually Indian or the Sanskrit name or that has been there in our text. So that will actually be easier to understand.
Okay.
So just choose this option in the view. And go through this. This will actually help you to understand more about the sky view, or how it looks like. So that is the first thing that you need to understand. So most people actually,
Okay.
what used to happen is that most when I started working with astrology, I didn't know how to cast a horoscope. So these are the basic thing that you first need to know, and then jump into how to cast a horoscope or how to make a prediction.
Okay.
So do this, and after that, as the this session progresses or the course progresses, I will also ask for some other homeworks as well, or tasks as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, sure.
so till now, actually, just install this and just shift the time, shift the place. Also, you can look for location. Also, you can change the location. You can mention your own location, and you can see what would be the sky view from your location. So just explore this software and understand that how would be the sky view. This would actually help a lot. So first task is only this. Later on, I would
Okay.
ask for something else. So till now, this.
Okay.
So this is all for today. Um,